What's going on, team? Let me go ahead and test this out real quick. Alright, we're sounding good. See if the chat works. Perfect. Alright, gonna give everybody a few minutes here to join and then we're gonna get started. Just posted the link in Discord, posted the link in X. We'll start in 2 minutes here. We'll give it till 7 p.m. We'll start at exactly 7 p.m. Good thing that fucking sticky note didn't have anything important on it. That would have been crazy. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Before we start, I'll let you guys know that we are going to go over the pairs that you see on the right hand side with the red flag, starting off with AU, finishing off with USOIL. We're going to go over AU, EURAUD, GAG, GJ, US30, USDCAD, USDZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. If you guys have any questions about any other pair, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. We are going to go in order, so again, if you want me to go over a pair like NZD USD or USD CHF, we'll go over that at the end of the stream. In today's market breakdown, we're pretty much just going to go over the 30-minute time frame. We'll start off the stream by looking at Forex Factor, right? Let's get ready for the week. So we know that today we don't really have any news. Tuesday we have news overnight, 12:30 a.m. with AUD. We don't have any USD news either. Wednesday we don't have any USD news or anything either. Thursday we have USD news at 8:30 in the morning, and then Friday we have Canadian news at 8:30 in the morning. So should be a really good trading week. However, we do again the same thing we've been talking about pretty much for the last 3 months, 4 months, right? It's we have a lot of outside media news that's going on, right? Again, outside of Forex Factory, we have election year, not only for the United States but around the world. We had Mexican elections, we had Venezuelan elections. There's a few other countries that had elections this year. Outside of that, we have wars going on. There's so much going on outside of just the regular trading world that, again, if you're not really up to par with that information, you're wondering what's going on in the stock market, right? Give me 1 second, guys, before I hold on. My bad, I had to take this hoodie off. It's getting really hot in here. Long story short, guys, the moves that we're seeing in the market this year specifically is nothing crazy. It's nothing that we've never seen before. We've actually seen these type of moves every 4 years, right? 2020 we had these moves based on a lot of shit that happened with COVID, right? And again, the media and social media, I'm not only talking about social media, we're talking about the news outlets, everybody who talks about news, right? Remember, their job is to get clicks. Their job is to get everybody scared so people could subscribe to their channels and keep them updated. Look, at the end of the day, the market is always going to move how it's going to move, right? There's nobody or nothing really manipulating price action. The market already has prices as to where it wants to go. The market is always going to move where it needs to move. With that being said, right, and again, if you guys don't believe me, you think it's bullshit, go do your own back test, right? I've been looking at charts since 2016, right? With that being said, 2016, 2017. With that being said, I've seen how the market has shifted in the last almost 10 years. It's been what, 8 years? So again, during COVID, when everybody was blaming COVID as to why, the indexes, specifically US30 and Bitcoin and all of these other pairs, they went down like crazy. Oh, there's going to be a market crash, 2008 all over again. That happens every 4 years. Happens every 4 years. And again, it's not that it happens every 4 years because, oh, all of a sudden. No. There's a market cycle that we go through, which again, market makers pattern. We already understood that US30 was in peak high territory. Before it could continue to go up, when you're in peak high territory, you need to make those pushes back down to the bottom side, right? Fast forward 4 years later, 2024, US30, we're in peak high territory. Now, people are gonna blame the same thing that they did in 2020. Oh, the war, we're gonna die, North Korea, all that bullshit that was going on, they're gonna blame that on that. But again, the truth is, we are in peak high territory. US30 is going to drop. It has to reset the market cycle to continue to push up. But again, we could go and keep this very simple. There's no stock in the world that's just gonna continue to go up and up and up and up and up and up without a pullback. You guys gotta remember, there's 3 cycles in the market: an uptrend, a downtrend, and consolidation. You're either gonna get a correction in the market, which is when price gives you a pullback, or you're gonna get price to just range, right? Be in a consolidation. Good evening, Mohammed. What's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Right. So with that being said, guys, please, I say this because I'm annoyed. I'm already blocking people on Twitter and muting words like, dude, you're traders. Start thinking like traders, right? Price for every single pair is going to go down. Every single pair is gonna go up. Every single pair is going to consolidate. It's a pullback. It's not the end of the world. Plus, especially if you're a Forex trader, you guys make money trading fucking both ways. So, tee the fuck up, right? This is the easiest way. This is the nicest way I could say it. Yo, tee up, focus up, and start catching the trades. That's all you could do, right? If your trading rules are being followed, then take the trade. If your trading rules are not being followed, don't take the trade. It's very simple. This is day in and day out. You have to follow your rules, right? So that's pretty much it. That's I wouldn't even call it a rant, but that's gonna be the start of this stream. But hope you guys are having a great day, guys. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to go over, let me know. Any pairs, anything you guys want me to explain again, let me know. If not, we're pretty much just gonna go over again the 30-minute time frame. It's not gonna be a long class today. We're gonna pretty much keep this simple. So let's start off with AU, guys. So AU, we'll start off with the daily just so we can see where we're at. We'll do that since that's we're having a lot of crazy moves, but exactly what we wanted to see, right? We're in A2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the bottom. Right, we wanted to see push 1, pullback, push 2, pullback, and this is where push 3 is going to be developed. So push 3 is doing exactly what it needs to do. It just continues to push down to the bottom. We have a month of drop last month. Perfect. We had 3 weeks of drop. So this week I'm not expecting price to continue to push down to the bottom. I'm expecting price to give us a no net, right, consolidate for the rest of the week, or for us to give us a pullback back to the top side, which will be amazing. 30-minute time frame. We know we were in this little zone of consolidation, still making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, to where we're at now, lower low. So let's update the 30-minute time frame. Right, AU gave us a beautiful entry this day, man. That would have been really upset we missed that one. Moved way too early for us. 3 a.m. entry. It's all good. Right, so we had this break. This break gave us this lower high and these lower lows down here. Because this wick is so long, I'm not gonna use that as the low. I'm just gonna use the bottom of this the body of this red candle and the body of this red candle. It's still a pretty big zone, but it'll give us at least a little zone of interest to trade within. And we had a day of drop today. We also had a bullish 4-hour candle. Right, so right now for AU, we're just kind of taking a step back here, especially because again we already had 3 weeks of drop. I'm not expecting price to continue this push down to the bottom. I am expecting, again, like I said, a pullback. So Let's let's update the full hour, right? We had lower low, I'm sorry, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us this lower low down to the bottom. I'm not gonna say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We're in the full hour time frame. There's no pullback here. Price just continued to trend down to the bottom. So we are really trading between this low. And again, I'm not gonna use the entire wick. I'm gonna use the body of this red candle and then this wick down here. This is an inducement candle, right? An exhaustion candle, which also lets us know that price isn't going to want to continue that push down to the bottom. So this is perfect. So AU going on with EA now. My bad, guys. I'm also writing the timestamps down so I could do this after the stream. So EA daily time frame. We are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We can see that price already gave us this little exhaustion candle to the top side. Would have loved to have seen EA give us a real break of these highs, but it's all good, right? An exhaustion candle is just as good at this point. We know price is going to want to give us a pullback. We also know, same thing as AU, there's 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of rise, market must chop or drop. So at this point, I am expecting price to continue to give us this pullback back down to the bottom. In the 4 hour time frame, we're still trading between these highs. As you can see, we don't have a break of structure. This is still testing candles to the top side, so I'm not going to have to update that until we get that break. And in the 30-minute, today was the third day rise, which is perfect, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price gave us a little inducement to the low, lower low, change of character. Then gave us a change of character, higher high, and we're pretty much trading between these highs up here and these lows down here. We had a 3 days of rise, perfect. After 3 days of rise, we're expecting the market to chop or drop. So today I am expecting that pullback to happen. We'll let EA move. Right, so we already know AU and EA not the best ones to keep an eye on. ECAD. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's update it if we need to. So we can see here, price finally gave us that first candle, right? So again, a confirmation that price is going to continue to push to the top side after a break. I would have loved to have seen this red candle. I would have loved for that candle to have been a green candle to the top side and then this retest. However, price did end up giving us that break, right? A little test candle at the top side. So we are now trading, right? We have this daily break. This daily break, we're still trading between the same daily low down here, but the daily high we are now trading is between this top side. Last green candle before the push down to the bottom. We're going to use the body of the green candle, and I'm using the wick of the red. Pretty big zone, but that's okay. We had 3 months of rise on the third month, gave us a rise drop, gave us a 4th month variation. So this month I am expecting a pullback. Now, remember, this is the pair that we were talking about for the last maybe month and a half. What is this line here that I have? There's something I did that's not right. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know what that line is. All good. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. So I was expecting 2 things, right? Either for price to give us this break and then come back down into this 30-minute gap, and then this is where we'll see price continue to push to the top side, or for price to give us a pullback first and then go to the top side, right? We got the break of the highs, which is perfect. That already gives us an indication that price is going to want to push to the top side. We are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. So this is perfect. Price is already giving us an indication for the future, letting us know that, hey, we're ready to start moving. So we just gotta wait for that now. We're at the top. We're pretty much in a higher high situation. Gotta wait for those pullbacks. We had 2 days of rise. Today being the 3rd day, gave us that 3rd day rise and finished today on a no net. Am I expecting a 4th day variation? Absolutely not. Before we continue, alright, so we updated the daily, the 4 hour, we're still trading pretty much. We had this break, right? Higher low, and then do I want to mark this as a higher high, higher low, higher high in the 4 hour time frame? Because of this pullback here is not a significant pullback, but this is a pretty good top zone. If we don't mark this as a higher high, higher low, higher high, we'll still just be trading pretty much between this 4 hour high up here and these 4-hour lows down here, which we'll keep it like this. Because yeah, this isn't a significant pullback in the 4-hour time frame. So we'll mark it this way. And this makes more sense anyway because we know price is going to want to come down. So instead of looking for a simple entry just when price closes, we'll look for a steeper pullback to happen on this. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. So then now in the 30-minute, now we can see a little bit clearer. Right, in the 30-minute, we had low, lower, high, lower, low, change of character, higher, high, and we're pretty much trading between this 30-minute high over here and these 30-minute lows. And again, we know that we pretty much finished on a day of no net, rise no net. So rise no net. EU, starting off with the daily time frame. Once again, we're in V1, we're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Right now, price is still just in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We have a month of rise, we're still trading between this daily high and these daily lows. In the 4-hour time frame, right, we're finally breaking away from the lower lows and lower highs, right? We had lower low, lower high, lower low, and we know we're trading between this 4-hour low and these 4-hour highs. Now, did we break above? We did. We have a candle closure above, so we could say that now this is a 4-hour change of character, which is perfect. This is exactly what we want to see, guys. Again, everybody crying about, oh, a pullback, oh, the market is gonna crash. Man, I don't know. Swear, people are just so oblivious to real life. They're all living in a fantasy land, so it's all good. It is what it is. You know, we don't got to continue to talk about that. You know, again, we'll let the pro traders continue to manipulate everybody and make them feel like the world is gonna end. Because as a trader, that's exactly how you want to feel. You want to feel scared. So then when you go up and you start taking trades, you're going to be scared to trade because, oh, the markets are being manipulated. That's why I'm losing trades. Not because I'm not following my rules. Oh, we're at war. I'm going to start selling. And then that's when price is going to start buying. Good luck, boys. Good luck. So we have a change of character, right? For us to continue to see EU push to the top side, right? To give us that confirmation that price will continue to push to the top side, we need to see that break of structure. Right now, price could still just be giving us this inducement of the highs after the change of character to continue this push down to the bottom. So right now, we'll take a step back from EU, right? Again, we know we're in higher high. That's not where we want to take a trade when we're looking for buys, right? When we're looking for buys, we want to take trades at the higher low. Once again, for people who don't understand what I mean. Right now, for EU, we're in the higher high, right? We're in the higher high. To take a trade, where do we want to take a trade when we're looking for buys? Do we want to look for buys at the higher high, or do we want to look for buys at the higher low? Right? Vice versa for sells. Lower low, lower high. Do you want to look for sells at the lower low? Right? Do you want to look for sells at the lower low, or do you want to look for sells at the lower high? Right? It's very simple, guys. You got to keep trading super simple. That's all there is to this. There's nothing more, nothing less. We had a day of rise, which was Friday. Today, Monday. Price gave us 2 days of rise. Perfect. Could we be expecting a 372? This one could go both ways, right? This one could be 50-50. Why? Because the number one thing you want to just keep it simple before anything else, right? It's the start of the new week, right? We know that price resets. Any patterns that you're looking at reset going into Sunday, Monday, right? Second thing is there's a gap in the market. We know that gaps in the market, when price opens with a gap to start that day off, you know that resets the trend as well. So could this 372 play out? Absolutely. I would love for this 372 to play out, right? If price breaks above these highs, then we could definitely start looking for those buys to continue this push to the top side, right? So let's say we could catch a 36 pip TP for 16 pip or so stop loss is not bad at all. This would be a really good trade for today. Now looking at the 30-minute time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Price then gave us higher high. I'm not gonna say higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. No, all of this is part of the same trend. All right, so we know we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows down here, which is perfect, right? So EU, we could start looking for a 372 for EU as well. So EU is definitely going to be one on our list going into tomorrow. And what I'm gonna start doing too, guys, I'm gonna start turning off the pairs that don't really look the best to trade. So I'm gonna turn off AU, I'm gonna turn off EA, ECAD, GA. Let's take a look. GA, we know that we are trading. Let me write the timestamp down, my bad. Let's go to the daily time frame. Would love to have a all good. Alright, so GA, we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. Right, we could already see that price tapped over the highs, didn't give us a break, right? We could see that that was just a wick, right? It was just that one candle that went right back down to the bottom. So right now in the daily time frame, we really don't have anything here in the daily to really update. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we know we're still trading between the same 4 hour lows and 4 hour highs. Did we get a break of the 4 hour highs? No, it was just a wick. So again, we know that this is just the inducement. So we still don't have to update this. We had 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of rise again, market must chop, either give us a no net the way it did here, or it's gonna drop, and it gave us a no net. So now at this point, we also are just pretty much looking at these highs. Right, we know that price is pretty much in this consolidation between these highs and these lows. Did price give us a break of the highs to continue? No. It gave us a retest, went down, tested the lows, went up, tested the highs, gave us an exhaustion green candle, and then went right back down to the lows. So again, we understand that GA right now is not in the best place to look for a trade. We have no continuations in the daily, no break of structures anywhere in the daily, no continuations in the 4 hour, no break of structures in the 4 hours, just exhaustion candles, rejections of the highs. And in the 30-minute time frame, we could see how price is just kind of moving sideways here. Right, then today price gave us that crazy wick to the top side overnight, 2 a.m. Then went right back down during the NYC session and ended up giving us a day of no net. So we also know we have higher high, higher low, higher highs. So we know that we're trading now between this 30-minute high up here. I'm not going to use the wick. I'm just going to use the wick of this red candle and the body of this green candle. And we're trading between this higher low. So at this moment, GA is also off my list. GCAD, let me go ahead. Sorry guys, I gotta put these timestamps on. GCAD, alright, so GCAD, going into the daily time frame once again. Right, we know that we are in V1. We're in that second level already, pushing up to the top side. So GCAD compared to the other pairs already gave us the break. Right, after a break, however, we'll love to get a pullback. Right, and we know that we're trading between this daily high and these daily lows. In the 4 hour time frame, we had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, it was a rise no net. So we know we were expecting that fourth week variation where it gives us a new high, and that's exactly what price did. And then price gave us a pullback right back down to the bottom and gave us a weaker drop. In the 30-minute time frame, we know that we're still trading between, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, change of character, higher high, change of character, lower low, change of character. Right, so we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. And we're still trading between the same 30-minute lows and the 30-minute highs. Still don't have a break. Price is just kind of moving sideways. Don't have a continuation either, just a day of drop. But this one's going to be a very interesting pair. Right? We're pretty much trading between this big zone, but I don't really want to mark this big zone. This is a really big 30-minute zone, 20 pips. I'm going to keep it simple and just use this zone down here, which is the lowest one between the two. Right? So if price gets down pretty much to the zone, this is where we'll see price either do something like this to continue to push to the top side, or we'll see a break and continue to push back down to the bottom. So GCAD would be a really interesting pair to take a look at. But again, not the best place to look for a trade, just based on the fact that we are again in a higher high situation. Once again, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? I need to see a steeper pullback, at least to here. Right, at least a pullback. If we're going to continue, we'll see a pullback to here, which will be like a 78.6, 88.6 pullback, or we'll get it back down to the bottom. But this is a pair right now that is not in the best place to take a trade, right? Unless we have a continuation. Again, a continuation would be 2 weeks of rise going into a third week, 2 months of rise going into the third month, 2 days of rise going into the third day. Then I'll take that trade. But right now, price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. So I'm still going to wait for not only for price to start giving us higher highs and higher lows, but again, for a continuation. Could we keep this one simple too and just draw like, well, okay, if price, we already know that if price breaks these lows, we'll continue to go high. But if price breaks these highs over here, we know price is going to do something like this. Right? So we could be looking at something like that for for pretty much this week on GCAD. GJ, let's go and do GJ now. 2850 GJ. Daily time frame, right? We know GJ very similar to gold, very similar to US30. We're in peak high territory. So again, we know that these drops are gonna happen, guys. Once again, the media, social media, fucking CNN, Fox News, raw news on X, you know, the Twitter gurus of traders, they're gonna tell you the Japanese bank is crashing, everybody sell, everybody, you know, get ready to go to war. Again, it's all bullshit. It's all to scare you. Again, if you're scared, you're easy manipulated. Why would the media, why would the government want you to be scared? It is because a person, a citizen that is scared is more easily manipulated. They could brainwash you, they could feed you all the information you want because you're nervous, you're scared, you feel useless, right? You feel like you can't help. So again, we already know that GJ is gonna fall. We know where GJ is gonna go. We have push 1, consolidation, push 2, consolidation, push 3. We know GJ is going to fall under 120. 100%. We already know that. Again, if you guys don't believe me, March 15th or 2015, peak high territory. What happened? Push 1, consolidation, push 2, consolidation, push 3. Oh shit, then we started going back up to the top side, we consolidated, blue, until we started to push back to the top side, right? Push 1, consolidation, push 2, consolidation, push 3, until we make a new peak high territory. Once we make that new peak high territory, we know price is going to want to continue this push to the downside. Is nothing new, guys. Is nothing new at all. 2020, what ended up happening? Same thing. Everybody was, oh, the news and the media and COVID and all of that, and Japanese and COVID and China and COVID, and what happened? No, we know that we're in a zone of consolidation. We know that if they reject lows, they're going to go to the highs, reject highs, go back to the lows, reject lows, reject highs, reject lows, until what? Until we break above, right? We break above and give a retest. And then what's happening? We continue to go to the top side. Again, this isn't something the market is now doing for the first time. This is a cycle that the market has always been doing since the beginning of time, guys. This market maker's pattern is not something brand new, is not something that I invented, is not like these guys on Twitter that are going to tell you that they invented an imbalance and a fair value gap. No. These are things in the market that have always been there. It's something that's always and will always be there. It's not something brand new. It's not something that they invented and they're the fucking smartest of the smartest. No. If you're in the market long enough to understand that these moves happen every so often, you're just gonna let it go. Once again, I get this question a lot and it annoys me. Oh, what do you think of how the market conditions are? I don't care about them. The market conditions are market conditions every single day. I don't look at how volatile a pair is. Did it follow my rules? Yes. I took the trade. That's it. Did it not follow my rules? Then I didn't take the trade. It's as simple as that, guys. Again, the good thing about being Forex traders, we trade going both ways. We sell and we buy. If you have your trading journal and you see an opportunity to sell, you sell. If you see an opportunity to buy, then you buy. It's really that simple. I mean, it's not really rocket science at all. Here in GJ2 we have red, green. So we have a beautiful engulfing candle. So we know that this is a point where price is going to want to come and retest. So it missed it by a few pips. All good. We'll give this shit a few times. We'll give it a little bit. Right, we have a month of drop. We have a couple weeks of drop on this one as well. Right, we're still pretty much trading lower low, lower high, and these lower lows down here. These 30-minute time frame, we know we have lower high and then these lower lows down here, which again is a pretty big zone, but GJ is a really big pair. And then price ended up giving us another day of drop, and we have a bearish 4-hour candle. So GJ right now, I don't have any entry criteria for GJ. I already said I'm not really trading GJ until we have a clean indication as to what price wants to do. The fact that price failed to give us a steep pullback, again in the 4-hour time frame, I do have it marked that we're trading between this high and this low, but I don't believe that we're trading between change of character, lower low, lower high, and break of structure, lower low. I do not like that this pullback is not steep enough. So as of right now, I still do believe GJ is in a peak high territory, and I still believe that we are in an uptrend for GJ. Again, the market is just being corrected. We had so many months and so many weeks of price just going up and up and up and up and up. Like, again, this is not usual for the market to do. However, we also know, right? Let's go back into a higher time frame. We know that we still technically have, when we're looking at the overall price of GJ, we have so much data at the top side. So again, could GJ continue this push to the top side? 100%, right? 100%. Even when we're looking at it through the market maker's pattern eyes. Yes, we know price is going to want to continue to do these patterns. So again, could it just be a pullback to then continue to the top side? Again, 100%, guys, 100%. So again, we'll just continue to follow what we know. Keep following our rules, look for our entry criterias. If we get the entry criterias, we'll take a trade. If not, then we'll give it up and we'll continue to wait. GU, let me write the timestamp, 35 minutes for GU. Okay, so GU, going into the daily time frame, once again, we are in V1, we're in the first zone consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. We know that we're trading between this high and this low in the daily time frame. Price still hasn't reached the top of the daily zone, but we did reach the top of the consolidation. Still see internal, we're making higher highs and higher lows, which we'll see in the 4-hour time frame. Right? Internally, we see these higher highs and higher lows, but in the 4-hour, we know we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, and then we had a little change of character, higher high. So we know that after this break, right, once again, for the people who don't see that, right, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, right? This broke here, not here, broke here. So it gave us this low and this high. We know that we have 3 weeks of drop. After 3 weeks of drop, again, we already know this week we're expecting price to give us a rise or a no net. And right now we're looking good. Right, it gave us an exhaustion candle to the bottom side and started that push back to the top side. I swear I added these lines this weekend during our session, but it looks like I didn't. So I will do that right now. Just a few lines here. In the 30-minute time frame, we know we're still making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Change of character, higher high with the wick is not really a break, just a little change of character. And we're still trading between this 30-minute low and these 30-minute highs. Price gave us a day of drop, so we don't have any continuations. Would have loved to have seen 2 days of rise. If we would have had 2 days of rise, we already know tomorrow we'll take that easy trade going back up to the top side. But right now we just gotta wait it out. Price is still technically giving us lower lows and lower highs. So until we don't get that break of structure, especially if what we need to see first and foremost is the break above the 800 EMA. If we could get price to break above the 800 EMA, we already know not only do we have the break of the 800, but we also have a break of structure. That's easy money going right back to the top side. We already know where price is gonna go. So GU will set on that as well. US30. Go to the daily time frame, looking good, right? We know we have these gaps. Did this fill the gap? No, it didn't. It missed it by a few pips. Just a little, literally a micro pip. It missed it to fill that gap up. So again, we know gaps in the market, they love to be filled. Market makers love to fill gaps in the market. So they give us a clean indication, right? It gives us a little indicator as to where price wants to go. But again, similar to GJ, similar to gold, we're in peak high territory. We have 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, we already know we're looking for price to give us either a drop or a no net. And you can see that this is exactly where price started doing, started dropping. We know that we're still trading higher high, higher low, and higher high. So we're trading between this daily high and these daily lows. In the 4-hour time frame, same thing, right? We're trading between these 4-hour lows, these 4-hour highs. We had 4 weeks of rise. Then it gave us that drop last week. Don't really have anything here to really call out. Now in the 30-minute time frame, we know we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price then it went, gave us a, not gonna say this is lower low, lower high, lower low. We're still trading between the change of character, right? So this high and this low down here. Very similar to that other pair. If price would have given us a change of character lower low, then it would have given us a steeper pullback lower high, and then it would have given us this push down to the bottom. Then we could say, oh shit, the market is shifting on US30, we're going to continue that push to the bottom. However, that's not what price gave us. We understand that this is again just a correction from all the previous months and weeks that price just continued to go up, 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 and up. We know that this is just a market correction. So once again, I'm not expecting price to continue this push all the way back down to the bottom. Could it give us, we'll say this, could it give us the push back down to the 4-hour lows? Absolutely. But I'm not expecting it. This is the point where now I'm expecting price to go right back to the top side. So US30 is looking good, right? I also was looking at this earlier in the morning, right? We did pretty much have a nice 1 minute, really good entry in the 1 minute time frame. I had this marked up, but then I did a one-on-one session, so I deleted it. But very beautiful trade, right? We had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character higher high, higher low, break of structure higher high, and all you're looking for now, that break, you're looking for a pullback. This is the entry zone, the last red candle before the push to the top side. We'll add a little square to it. Right, it gave us a very, very beautiful trade. Now, why didn't you take it? Oh, because STP and ADR is already hit. I don't trade after STP. I don't trade after ADR. Gave us a beautiful trade here. Right? Boom. Literally. Fucking 13 pips stop loss to just continue to the top side. Right? And when we're looking at structure, where would you put your stop loss? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Retest. Where are you putting your stop loss? Putting your stop loss at the retest of the lower high. Right, so it'd be here. Right, so beautiful trades. US30 again. If you're following your rules, you got nothing to worry about, guys. Please, trust me. Again, don't let social media and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, do not let them ruin what you know about trading. Do not get into the scare tactics of these people. Do not do it. As soon as you're scared, as soon as you start going into the mindset that the market makers are trapping you and the big whales of the market are fucking you over, do not get in the mindset of being that trader, because that is when you're going to start losing. Again, you have your system, you have your trading journal, you know what works. Continue to follow that. Continue to follow your rules and you will win. And again, that trade that you see down there, if it wasn't for ADR, if it wasn't for STP, I would have taken it. But again, I follow my rules. ADR for the day's already hit. I'm not trading. No matter what, I'm not trading. Now, on another day where ADR wasn't hit, that would have been the trade. And I would still be in that trade till we're up here at this 30-minute gap. Because I know price is going to want to go up. Right? The question is just, when is it going to happen? And we have to wait for that to develop. We have to start looking for it. Price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. And again, we could see that in the lower time frame. Very simple. Again, I'm not a trader in the 1 minute. I'm not a scalper. I look at market structure, price action. We know that we're trading between lower low, lower high, and all of this is part of the same trend, lower low. So US30 is still in a downtrend until we break these highs up here. So if we could catch a trade down here the way we just said this one, right? If we could catch a trade going into a lower high, we could take profit here. And then we're going to start looking to take another trade when price breaks above these highs to then continue. It's that simple, guys. That's all I'm looking for. Right? That's all I'm looking for. It's really that simple. There's no rocket science behind it. Again, you just need patience, and unfortunately that is something that a lot of traders don't have. So that is going to be the worst thing to learn as a trader is, you just have to be patient. If you're patient, you wait for your setup, you take the trade when your setup is present. If your setup isn't present, don't take a trade. Now, if you take a trade when the setup isn't present, I don't know what to tell you. Right? We have 3 days of drop. Not only do we have 3 days of drop, we know after 3 days of drop, market must chop or rise. So again, that trade in the 1 minute time frame here at the bottom of the zone would have been perfect, because we already know price is going to want to go up today. We already know that. So again, now we just have to be patient. We have to wait again for our setup to be present. We have to make sure ADR isn't hit. We have to make sure STP isn't hit. We need to make sure price is giving us higher highs and higher lows. We need to see an engulfing candle, an exhaustion candle, something that's part of our trading journal, that's part of our plan to take that trade, right? So go on to the next one. We're almost done here, guys. We'll speed it up a little bit. USDCAD. Let me go ahead and write this timestamp down. Daily time frame, we know we're in V2, we're in the second zone consolidation, we're at the top of the zone consolidation, so we know this is not the best place to look for a trade. We also want to see price give us that break of the highs, which we could see price still has not given us that break of the high. We're still testing it, still giving us internal higher highs and higher lows. However, we have 3 weeks of rise, so this week I'm expecting price to give us a no net or a drop, and we could already see that price give us an exhaustion candle going long and then started going back down to the bottom. So this is doing exactly what we needed to see, right? This is going exactly the way we need it to go, right? Giving us that push down to the bottom. And again, we still don't have a break of these candles, so we're still trading between that 4-hour high. In the 30-minute, we have higher high, low, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us a lower low, right? This engulfing candle, we could delete that. We already know that's not the best engulfing candle. And we know we're trading between now this 30-minute high up here, which there's a big wick, so I'm not even going to. What are we gonna use for up here, right? Because this zone is too small. We'll for at this point we'll just use this here. So we're trading between this 30-minute high and whatever 30-minute low is set. But USDCAD, we can see it's already pushing, right? We already gave 24 pips. This is a pair that moves about 31 to 58 in a day. We can see that it's already kind of moving counter trends, so I'm gonna turn this one off. USDZAR should be doing the exact same. 45.20 USDZAR. Right, USDZAR and USDCAD pretty much move very similar. So again, daily time frame V2, we're in the middle of the zone consolidation, not the best place to look for a trade. We can see that we're still making lower lows and lower highs, and we're pretty much just consolidating here in the lower low. In the 4-hour time frame, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're still trading between the 4-hour low and these 4-hour highs. We have 2 weeks where price is just moving sideways. And in the 30-minute time frame, we're finally giving higher highs, right? So we had a few weeks where price was in higher high, higher low, higher high, and then it gave us an inducement to the low, change of character, lower low, which gave us this 30-minute high, right? And these 30-minute lows down here. So now we know that we are still trading between the same 30-minute lows, or is the lowest point between the break of here and here, but we know that we are now trading between this 30-minute high up here. Perfect. If price gives us a change of character, break of structure, then we know price is going to continue to push to the top side. However, if it just gives us this change of character, then we know this is just the inducement of the highs to continue that push down to the bottom. So USDZAR, I'm going to turn it off. I'm not going to be really interested in trading this. We'll come back to this later this week. Gold. Gold is very interesting, right? It's in a spot right now where I would love to take these trades going back down to the bottom, but let's talk about it, right? Daily time frame. We know we're, again, similar to GJ and US30, we're in peak high territory. We're still in an uptrend. We're still making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. Price then gave us a higher low and gave us this push back to the top side. With this push to the top side, you can see that it was a wick, it was an exhaustion candle. So this is really the best place to look for these shorts. It's a really, really good spot. We had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, it was a rise no net. That pullback at the end of the week was super steep, so we already knew we were not expecting that 4th week variation. We also had a gap in the market. We also knew that that resets the trend, and then price ended up giving us a week of drop, and then last week price gave us another week of rise. In this week of rise, again, a missed opportunity that we talked about. This is exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted to see price tap into our 4-hour highs in this 5-minute engulfing that we had. As soon as we tapped into that 5-minute engulfing, price went whoop all the way right back down. Price also in the 4-hour time frame today was something that I missed. I wasn't awake for this. Obviously, I'm not awake at 1 in the morning, so this 4-hour engulfing was already tapped into as well. So price in the last 3 days for gold gave us beautiful, beautiful, beautiful entries, and we just missed it. But it's all good, right? Again, it's not part of my plan to be awake at 2, 3 in the morning. If these entries are given at that time, I'm not awake for them, so it's all good. Price also gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low. This is exactly where I want to be to take these trades, right? So What am I looking for at this point? We have a day of drop. Mark that. We know we have a bullish 4-hour candle, right? And how would this entry look at this point? After a break of structure, I'm looking for that 50% retracement back to the top side. This is perfect, right? A trade like this would be very ideal, right? Going back down to the bottom. Right, this is the low of the ADR, but I'm looking at STP. STP for this pair for today, 427 is ADR. STP is 286. So 286, let's put it from here to here. So 286. So this is TP number 1. And then TP number 2 is down here. So we'll come back to this in the morning. Again, part of my plan, I don't trade Asia session, I don't trade London session. So we'll let this one go. We'll see if we can have another opportunity when we wake up during NYC session. But gold, this would be a really good position here. Bitcoin, the one and only, right? Bitcoin, very similar to gold, very similar to US30, very similar to GJ. We're in peak high territory, and right now price is just moving sideways. We're in a zone of consolidation. Price still hasn't given us a clean break of structure of these lows. As we can see, these are still testing candles. We're trading between this daily high and these daily lows. In the 4-hour time frame, we can see price giving us these highs, these lower lows, lower highs, and now price gave us a break of these lows. So we know that we're trading between this 4-hour high over here, right, gave us the break, and we're trading between these 4-hour lows over here, the last red candle before the push to the top side. I'm going to use the body of that red candle, the lowest wick here. We had 3 weeks of rise. On the 3rd week, gave us a rise no net. We're expecting the 4th week to give us a new high, gave us the new high, and finished on a week of drop. So right now we have no continuations. In the 30-minute time frame, we know we have this 1 hour engulfing, and very similar to the other pairs, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then all the way down to the lower lows down here. Right, so it gave us a beautiful entry after ADR and everything was hit as well, and gave us another day where price is just pushing back down to the bottom. Oh, I forgot to write the timestamp for Bitcoin. I'm sorry. 50, we'll say 5030 Bitcoin. Right. And then last but not least, oil, guys. Any questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to go over again, let me know. Anything that didn't make any sense, let me know. US oil A1, we're in the first zone consolidation, looking for that second push to the bottom. We had 3 months of drop. On the 3rd month, gave us a drop rise. So we knew last month we were expecting that 4th month variation to the push back down to the bottom. That's exactly what price gave us. For the 4-hour, we know we have 4 weeks of drop. I'm not expecting price to continue. I'm expecting a little pullback to happen. So let's see what happens. We're still getting lower lows and lower highs. So let's update this real quick. We know that we're trading between this low point and that lower high over here. And in the 30-minute, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, change of character, lower low, and all of this is part of the same trend. So we still don't have that break of structure to the low side. And we have 2 days of drop. On the 3rd day, which is today, price gave us a drop no net, but because this pullback is so steep, I'm not expecting a 4th day variation to happen today. I'm not expecting price to give me a low. So that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions, let me know. I forgot to put the timestamp again for this. I'm a very bad streamer, I'm sorry, but I will look it up. I think we're good. Any questions, guys, let me know. Anything you guys want me to go over. Again, the watch list for today is pretty simple. We have a few pairs to keep an eye on, EU being really the best one on the list. GCAD could be a really good one. GJ, ADR is already hit for GJ. As you can see, it already went up, already gave us the move for the day. I could be expecting this to go lower, but it'll probably happen towards the end of the week. GU could also be a really good trade. Would love to still see higher highs and higher lows develop before taking any trades. US30 as well could be a really good trade for the rest of the week to go back up and fill these gaps up. Um, Gold, like I said, it's in a very beautiful spot. It's a very beautiful position for gold here. Um, so we'll wait this one out. Again, I'm gonna wait till NYC session. Do we have any other engulfing candles? Anything here that I could be taking a trade early on? Nothing in the 4, nothing in the 1, nothing in the 30, nothing in the 15. And I'm not gonna go lower than the 15, but I want to look at the 5. Nothing in the 5. Okay, so we'll continue to take a look at this. We'll see how it looks. Bitcoin also in a very good spot. I want to see this go lower though. I don't like, very similar to US30, right? I don't like that price gave us a 30-minute low and price hasn't tapped into it. I still do think that if US30 decides to go up, pretty much the zones we'll be looking for. If price breaks these highs, then we'll see something like this happen. If not, we'll see something where price just gives us an inducement of the lows, and then this is where we'll see price push to the top side. So it's very similar to Bitcoin, right? I do like that Bitcoin gave us that tap of the low. Again, compared to US30, US30 did not give us this low, but the structure is a little bit different. We still don't have a clean break of structure of these highs. If we get a clean break of these highs, then we'll see something like this. If not, this is where we're pretty much going to continue this push down to the bottom, and then we'll continue this push to the top side. Is it me or is the volume really low? It's probably just you, but let me test it out on my end. Yeah, no, it's very loud on my end, so it is probably just you. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Any other questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to go over again, let me know. Any other pairs? If not, we're pretty much done for today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session from 6 a.m. to 10:30, 11 a.m. Also, again, I don't trade if ADR STP is done. So if I wake up tomorrow and there's no trading opportunities for us, then I won't be taking a trade. I won't be streaming. The same thing we did this morning, same thing we do every week. So again, just let me know, guys. Any questions, anything you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, we'll be done for the night and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Let me check Discord. Any questions on Discord? No. No questions on Twitter either? I don't think so. Alright, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you in the morning. Peace out.